Hello and welcome to your real estate journey, expert tips for buyers and sellers. I am Dolly Lopez, your realtor and broker in the state of Florida and Kentucky. I hope you're all doing well. Today, I am joined by Myrna. Myrna is an estate planning attorney here in Florida, and I'm very excited to have her here because it's just a way for us to learn, educate ourselves, and make informed decisions before our time comes or before something happens. And then you said, I should have been prepared. But this is what the podcast is here for, just to educate you and everyone that you know. So make sure you share, comment below. We are here to answer any questions that you have. So Myrna, welcome. Can you please just introduce yourself a little bit? What is it that you do? What area you're located and what area you actually work?
I'm happy to be here today. Thank you. My name is Myrna Serrano Setty. I'm based in the Tampa, Florida area. I'm licensed in the state of Florida, and I help families with estate planning, probate, and elder law issues.
Myrna, can you talk to me about what is the probate process? What is it, and what should someone expect during the probate process?
All right. The probate process is a court process that is used to be able to transfer certain types of property or assets that belong to someone who passed away to the people who are supposed to inherit.
How long does that normally take? Let's say that one of our loved ones, they passed away. What is the first step? What is it that people should do immediately after something like this happens?
Well, probate takes several months, usually no less than 4 months that for a probate case to wrap up. And it can take much longer depending on the specific case. And in terms of what to expect when a loved one passes away, we first take a look at what did the person own. And we usually get clues. If someone goes to the bank and they're locked out of a bank account, that will usually trigger some type of probate case.
In the state of Florida, people are required to use an attorney in order to start a probate process. Isn't that right?
Yes, for the two main types of probate cases, the formal administration and the summary administration, you are generally required to have an attorney represent you.
What can people expect once you're there? Like I believe during this process, they get an executor or an executrix gets appointed. What else? Because we don't know. We don't get education on this at school. So we'll need to learn it as we go. What people should expect from the time they meet with you or an estate planning attorney, to the very end where everything has been settled?
Okay, well, they're going to expect to be given a list of homework items, a list of things and information to gather, such as certified copies of death certificates, a copy of the paid funeral bill. We ask our clients to look around the person who passed away, their home. We call them the decedent's home, to see if there's a will or a trust or any other legal documents. And we just hold their hand, take it step by step, and let them know that there's going to be times where they're going to have to go to the bank to get information. They're going to look for financial information. They're going to, find out if there's any creditors. They might pull a credit report or look at old bills. So there's lots of different steps, and we just try to break it down step by step.
What happens if someone wants to sell the house because they have inherited the property and they just want to sell it? Can they just pick up and say, I want to sell it? How does that process work?
Well, if the property was only in the name of the person who passed away, and there's no one on the title of the home on the deed that has rights of survivorship, then the home must pass through the probate process in order to be able to provide clear title so that the property can sell. But the reason that the court needs to approve the sale of the property is because in a formal administration, and we're assuming that we're talking about a formal where there's an executor or personal representative that's appointed, there's a chance for creditors to file a claim against the estate of the person who passed, and that is 3 months. And so if someone is in a hurry to sell a piece of real estate before the creditor claims period has run out, we have to file specific paperwork with the court, specific petition asking for permission to sell the property and letting the court know who else needs to know about this prospective potential sale, and also where is the money going to go from the sale while we wait to see if any creditors are going to file claims. So it's a big deal, but it's something that is routinely done. And it's really great when the client is working with an experienced realtor that knows that ahead of time. It's a perfect partnership.
Based on your experience, what would be some misconceptions that people have regarding the probate process?
Well, there's several of them. The first is that it's something that is very quick, and it's not. I wish it were. The other is that if there's a will, that means that they're not going to have to go through probate. And that unfortunately is not the case.
How can we avoid going to probate? Is that even an option?
Well, let's see. There's not that many great options after the person that's died in order to avoid probate. So if we're really focused on avoiding probate, we do this before someone passes away. And with careful planning, probate can be avoided. But I also want to point out that although probate can take time and it costs money, it can feel very frustrating for families, probate isn't one of those things that is all bad. It's just a process. And depending on someone's expectations, the experience, of course, could be bad, or it could be positive or provide certain advantages because the court is supervising the process.
I initially thought before learning about the probate process, I need to get access to an account. I just go to court. I don't know how I was going to get to court, but I was going to go to court. They were going to unfreeze the account so I can access the money so I can actually pay creditors back on behalf of the deceased. But it just doesn't happen that way.
Yes, it can take some time in order for a personal representative to be appointed. And once that person is appointed, then the bank accounts can be accessed.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on and explaining this process to us. I hope that I can have you again so we can discuss more about wills and trust and what people can do to educate themselves and to prepare themselves, have everything in order. Because one of the things that we are for granted is that we're all going to, unfortunately, get there. So just be prepared and don't leave that burden into your loved ones, because ultimately that's what's going to happen. So guys, thank you so much for sharing our video, commenting below. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it. We're on all social medias. Myrna, if they want to contact you and they're in the state of Florida and they want to contact you, or if they're not in the state of Florida, is that something that you might be able to guide people around?
Well, I focus on the state of Florida, and if they would like to contact my office, they can call me at my office phone number, or they could reach me online through my website, serranosetty.com.
Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week.